Hello. Give it a minute. We'll see. Maybe somebody will show up. Maybe not. Say I love you. So, what am I doing? I am finally, after, let's raise this up just a touch here. After playing all morning long with the DMV folks, I am now able to play in the shop. Hey, Incense! Welcome aboard Ford Shop Fridays. Probably going to be more of a regular thing than I'm anticipating here. But anyway, I'll squat down here for a second. Maybe we'll readjust that real quick. Pardon my stumbling around here for a sec while I get everything set back up. Put you back over here in this corner. Should be safe. Safe. Yeah. Okay. Safe being a relative term and all that. I'm going to lose that hat quick. It's already blooming hot in here. 60 degrees today in March. Crazy, man, crazy. Okay, let's raise it just a touch higher. Awesome. Yes, please share to Facebook. Let's see. Why is it so wibbly wobbly? That's why. Because, Dingleberry, you done something to it. Okay. Dang it. What did I do? Pocket knife, pocket knife. There we go. Okay, so what I'm doing today is I'm actually doing up a Damascus billet. Got a neck knife to make before the get together here in April for my Kung Fu instructor and one of his friends. So it'll be just a small knife, but borax acts a lot like a flux. What's a flux? A flux is an oxygen reducer or a protector. It coats the metal all the way around. It melts and flows around the metal and kind of gives it like armor against oxygen. What I'm doing right here on the anvil, yeah, you can see that. Is just kind of heating it up real quick. I just got the forge started, so it's taking a little bit to get everything set right, but it's getting there. We're going to get all this down in here, good and mashed up on my coal. I'm going to put that so that there's a good deep bed of coal on fire underneath the steel, and what that's doing is that is actually burning up a lot of the oxygen that's being forced up through the fire to make a hotter fire. And then we also want a good cave of coal over top of that steel to burn up any of the free oxygen floating through the air here. And what that does is it keeps the metal from oxidizing or rusting or burning up when it gets too hot. And I know I'm early in the day, so, you know, Incense, if it's just you and me for a bit, then you get one-on-one, man. But you're more than welcome to ask any questions you want of me. Anything like that. And hopefully I'll see some movement on the thing here and catch when somebody's talking to me. But yeah, this week's been kind of a crummy week. Right tail end of the last weekend, we had a good friend of ours pass. Then Saturday, I had a good, real good college friend of mine get diagnosed with cancer. And let's see, the one bright point in the whole weekend and most of this week was the fact that 4:30 in the morning, Sunday morning last week, this past Sunday, my new niece was born. So that was a really awesome balance point to the rest of the week. Okay, who's here? Teresa Dean. Hey, won't stay long. It is what it is, you know. They're not hurting anymore. So now my college buddy, hopefully he's going to be able to beat it, but I'll remain optimistic to the end on that one. But you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, it's a part of life nowadays that a lot of folks get cancer. But anyways, so I'm really trying hard to get this metal just a little bit squared away here for it. I'm applying the borax now, and let's see. Cancer is the word that makes many people. Yes, absolutely. So here we go. Add a bunch of borax here and let it do its little dance there. Maybe you can see it. This is just regular old 20 mule team borax, and it's just melting away around the metal, and I use it pretty liberally. It's my pixie dust. Hi, babe.
Hi. I saw you was live.
You saw I was live. I hope you saw me alive. So what I'm doing is I'm just letting it kind of scroll in the flame and melt a little bit. What does the borax do? Teresa, the borax actually makes like a primitive glass as it melts, and it protects against the oxygen in the fire, which is what burns the metal up. It burns up the metal, and it also, so if it wasn't in a hot fire, it would be rust. It would form instant rust and keep the weld from being made. I'm actually working on some steel to make into some knives, and I'm making Damascus steel. Hopefully, we'll see. It should. We'll see, because the tack weld that I just did melted away, so I have two separate pieces of steel in the fire right now, and I'm just going to clamp them together when they get hot enough, pull it out, and just tap it 1 or 2 times here. Awesome steel. Yes, all shiny and does stay sharp. Probably ought to put these in so I'm better able to be heard. Yeah, something like that, since it's got a built-in monitor.
Oh, yeah, I got that.
Okay. So, can y'all hear me now? Is it working? Anyway, hopefully it is. If not, somebody shoot me a line and let me know. What did that say?
Hi, Teresa.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes,
So,
I can hear you.
you can hear me?
I'm not sure if it's any better. You know?
Well, when my back's away from it, it's probably better. Okay, so hopefully that little mic-y thing doesn't get in the way of the swing. That really suck.
Which is why I always put mine behind my back.
Yeah, well, guess what? It's not exactly a good option. Parameciae. Hot. Let's get the anti-hots. Okay, so here we sit like birds in the wilderness, flies on a cattle pie. I like that. Flies on a cattle pie. Alright, so we are going to get the very tip into the fire there pretty well. And you can pull some of this coal over onto it. Of course, I'm talking to you, telling you what I'm doing, but thinking like you're right over my shoulder and see what I'm doing. Anyway, so what I did was I put the very tip edge of that steel into the fire, pulled some of the coal chunks over onto it to kind of form a cave. What that does is it intensifies the fire in that one location. It also redirects a lot of the IR, the radiation back into the metal, heats it up quicker, all that stuff. So, yeah, fun times, and the peasants will rejoice, and all will be well in the kingdom of anyway. Oh boy, it's a waiting game. And I gotta wait and not stare into the fire all the time. If I stare into the fire all the time, it burns little holes in my eyeballs. In my vision. Huh? Yes. We don't want any more of that, so.
Speaking of, I got Vicky and me and the girls pie set up.
But not mine?
Well, no, you need to, yeah, you need it, and then Vicky.
Okay. Oh, the missus says we got doctor's appointments set up for this next little bit, week or so here. For her, the girls, for eye doctor, for me, just get a all-around good bill of health, because I'm healthy in the kitchen.
What are you making me for, Teresa?
So my Shingi instructor, which Shingi is a type of kung fu martial art. But he's got a friend of his coming in that is, you know what, I'm going to have to tie that. All right, so
I hope you are making things to sell at the HOA.
I am that too. I am that too. I am doing my homework and building stock up for that. And fine, be that way. Cool down, that brilliant. Okay, one down. Second part down. But yes, I am making some stuff up for to take with me to the HOA in October. I've got, let's see, things that I'm going to take there. I've got spatulas I'm going to have. I have some crosses, paper crosses, stuff like that. It's just before Thanksgiving and coming to Christmas time for folks to buy stuff for Christmas. Probably a couple of little knives. You can turn them down. Well, no, because you were turned down. I'm going to turn them off for a second while I ramble. Yeah, so stuff for HOA. Hooks, various hooks. We're going to do a bunch of those. We're going to do some fireplace sets. I'm going to have a couple of knives. Lots of stuff. So if you guys have something coming up that you want me to take, maybe duplicates of, my copper shawl pins or blanket cloak pins, whatever you want to call it, those I'm going to have a bunch of. I'll have a bunch of the hair things too. Gobs and gobs of the hair things.
Teresa said it's so hot. Today had turned on the heat pump for the last 2 days. It's a beautiful day out here.
It is gorgeous day out here. For us, what that means is disappear off here for just a brief second while I tie these two things together. Do things the old-fashioned way and use wire, and tie it up. So I'm going to step right over here, get right up close and personal. Actually, I thought it might be off camera. Yeah, I got a haircut too. Yes, well, we're on a spring,
Yes, but
so it's highly blessing us too. But you know, well, water spring, I guess a lot of folks see it as the same.
no, it's not.
It isn't. It's nowhere near the same thing in this area.
No.
Spring water tastes great. The well water is very,
It's
very
like dirt.
mineral-y. Let's see. Where did my little pliers go?
Pliers.
Probably out in the other room because that's where I had them last. That's all right. I'll do with this.
I'll take one of them.
Yeah, because pliers will come when I call, right? Yeah, I hear you snickering at me. There they are. Huh?
I was gonna say I didn't see him out here.
I found them. Let's see, get you good and tight like that. Then we twist. Twist again, like we did last summer. Let's twist again. Twist and time is here. Alright. If I don't get this done just right, get it so that I can knock it back off, it will come together in one massive, not good thing, and give me all kinds of fun stuff, right? There's those, there's these. Yes, ma'am. You get done what you got to do outside. Thank you for stopping in. Okay, so that's this. This tied. Tight going up anyhow. Fire. Back it up. Woo! Woo woo, no blue. My chimney is doing the hula. Okay, so now that I got everything back together here, what's going to happen is I'm going to bring it up to heat, put a little bit more borax on it. Because when I dunked it in the water to cool it off, that blew all that borax off it. And then we'll heat it back up, bring it up to a welding temperature, and stick these two pieces together. Sounds like a great plan to me. We'll see if it actually works that way or not. But yeah, should do well.
Sorry, my phone's went up.
So I would have been out here and doing this stuff this morning and maybe had some exciting folds to be making with y'all. But I had to spend 4 hours at the DMV this morning.
Well,
It was not a good day. Not a good day. Our
assault vehicle for our plan, had to be re-registered, ring tag. And, we had some issues come up with some of the insurance stuff with it, so going from one end of the town to the other is 3 times, 2 or 3 times back and forth just wasn't fair for this one. No, not much on that wood. Okay, so. Get that good. Take as close as possible there. And I'm gonna grab a little borax, still got some heat in it. Sprinkle on the pixie dust. Bang! Okay,
When did you become emerald?
I know. Gotta pay homage to being a cook, correct?
Oh, I guess.
Set that in there gently. Let
Am I
that-
in the spray zone?
Are you in the spray zone? A lot of geese in here. Maybe, possibly. Hopefully not. Folks behind you can roll over you. Let's see. If you want to shut the lights off when I go to pull this out, it'll be pretty interesting. It'll get a good spray. So, this is one of these times that, being impatient is not a good thing. You've got to be patient, let the entirety of the mass come up to heat, come up to a welding temperature, get there, soak in, get a good deep soak, and then, okay, lights. And you're going to come out. Thick piece, I was able to do a little bit more than just tap those together. That is now one piece of steel. You can turn the light on so that it'll register. There we go. That tip is one piece of steel now. Woohoo! Magic! Huh?
Like an echo, but with light.
Yeah. Yeah. That's because it's radiating so much light out.
Yeah.
And this is a cell phone. I don't have any stinking filters for it. So it's doing its best to cope.
No, exactly.
Okay, so now that was essentially just the tack weld. So it's just barely sticking together there. Now what we got to do is we're actually bringing it back up to a high welding heat, and I can really drive a little harder on it and push that weld deeper into the metal. And once this one comes off, I should be able to get rid of that wire. If it hasn't stuck and become one conglomeration, because that was some old welding wire I had.
You want me to circle that up again?
You don't need to. I think all the fun was had in that first bit. Maybe. Yeehaw!
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Woo!
I know, you weren't expecting that one, huh? That's warm. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take on the back half, yeah, it's still radiating too light for it. So on the back half, the dark area, I'm gonna bring it up to that welding heat, and I'm going to continue on and make it good to go on the back side now. And hopefully not blow apart that front piece of the weld. Hopefully. Clear off the anvil after each time. How many people are watching?
I think it just popped that one, and I think that might be me.
Go to a live chat.
I am, it's like, live chat, I love that.
Well, you said top chat.
Yeah, well, it says live chat number up, the top chat, and it's one of my. Sorry. Still only one.
Yeah, well that's you. But that's okay. After I make this well pass, I'm probably gonna cut the rye feed and just piddle a little bit. Hit the X beside your left hand. Go to the thumbs up, and then you can go back to like that. Since you're the only one in here with me.
Good thing she's gone, because you'd have gotten in trouble for that one. Forget that the question mark, but always. Maybe the thing you can't see the tire anymore, and that was always kind of under.
What?
Well, for me, you can't see the tire.
Well,
No, I know.
then come pick it up, put it up over there.
Why? This is good for looking at the hand and getting all of you in there. Front side.
Maybe we'll get a side shot if you move the camera over there.
Yeah. I don't know. Not the thing about, I guess, when they're quickly
Well,
laying out the top.
we're not doing the live stream, when we're actually doing like a shot. Yeah, we can put one camera there because I've got it together.
Right, yeah. But,
But the live stream thing,
yeah, but if we set up the sharp right,
yes,
so
think once I get this one done, I'm gonna call it and maybe chime back in live later this evening. But for right now, I think after I make this next pass, cut her off.
Get that sack mounted here. Yeah, we're gonna call it. Thank you guys for those of you who came in and stopped in during this early phase in this forge welding. If you missed this and you're catching this after the fact, this evening I'll be doing some more later. I'm gonna go ahead and make this one good solid piece, refine the weld quite a bit. Then I'm gonna cut it, make another weld, and probably the one after that's the one that I'll actually film. So we'll catch you later.